the sports podcast with the youngest, most daring, intrepid, gutsy, fearless host on the planet. Get ready for Jake's Takes. Here's Jake.
My guest today is a star outfielder for the San Francisco Giants. He played college baseball for Vanderbilt. He was selected by the Baltimore Orioles in the 2013 MLB draft. In 2019, he was traded to the San Francisco Giants, where his game took off. He hit .272 with 21 home runs. He tied for the most on his team and was the first rookie since 1972 to hit more than 20 home runs for the Giants. In 2020, he continued to shine, and he received all MLB second-team honors. And in 2021, he was nominated for a National League Gold Glove. It's my absolute honor to welcome to Jake's Takes, star outfielder for the San Francisco Giants, Mike Yastrzemski. What's up, Mike? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Well, if podcast doesn't end up working out for you, which I think it will, you've got an absolute future in being a broadcaster. That was electric.
Thank you so much. You don't understand how cool this is for me to have you on the show. How's the season been so far? I heard you just had the off season. I heard you just had a baby girl, am I right?
I did. I had a daughter, and we are very excited. She's 2 months old, so it's been fun. It's been challenging, but it's been beautiful.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mike, you live in San Francisco?
I don't. I live in Nashville in the off season, and then obviously during the season I live in San Francisco.
That's pretty cool. You like Nashville? Nashville.
I love Nashville. So Vandy is actually in Nashville, and I met my wife here and ended up staying here. Hard to leave.
You like the Predators?
I do like the Predators. Do you like the Predators?
I mean, when they play the Leafs, no.
You're a Leafs fan?
Yes, I'm a Leafs fan. I'm from Toronto. I have to be a Leafs
fan. All right. Well, I grew up a Bruins fan, so we were mortal enemies for a little while.
Mike, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
You brought it on yourself.
It's true. By the way, have you heard any news about the lockout? Because it seems I'm scared. I mean,
yeah, it hasn't been fun. I can say that, and I'm sure it hasn't been fun for any fans more so. But I haven't heard anything recently, but I'm hoping that we're making progress.
Okay, you ready to talk some baseball, Mike?
Let's do it.
Let's go. So you've played in 300 career MLB games, and you already hit 56 home runs. If you average that over 2 full seasons, and you're hitting 30 homers a year. Your stroke is a thing of beauty, Mike. Have you always considered yourself a home run hitter, or did you just grow into it?
I think I hit 12 home runs in my entire college career. And I think I hit like 3 home runs in my entire high school career. So I would definitely not say I was a power hitter, but that was the things that my grandfather gave to me as a piece of advice when I was younger, is to grow to be a really good hitter, and that power will come when you're older.
So I still got a chance.
You got a chance.
I'm not a power hitter. I can hit the contact. Not a power.
You don't have to be yet.
That's very relieving to me. Thank you. So I want to ask you about your journey to the Giants. You were a late round draft pick by the Orioles in 2013, and you didn't really get your chance at the big leagues till 2019. But once you got called up, oh baby, it seems like everything just clicked like a beautiful clicker. You're seeing the ball so well. Your home run swing is just pure, and your stats in the majors are way better than the minors. What's your secret to your success that you're having now?
I think I just kind of trusted the process. I kept working hard. I kept putting in a lot of hours, and eventually I got to an organization that helped me find who I was and become who I was. And It just took some time, and some people it happens really quickly. Sometimes it happens later. And I was lucky enough to still be playing when I kind of found that click.
Trust the process. I like that. Were you a Sixers fan growing up? Because I know the Sixers love to trust the process.
I was not. I'm not a big NBA fan. I was an NFL guy, NHL, and obviously baseball. But other than that, those were kind of where I hovered, and golf too.
Do you like do you like NBA now, or is it like still out of your stuff?
I enjoy watching elite athletes do their thing, and I really enjoy watching that, but I don't follow it to the point where I'm a diehard fan of teams. I'm more reflective of players and understanding elite athletic ability, and so that's the stuff that kind of wows me more than a team.
So, like, in addition to your stellar bat, which is amazing, you were also nominated for a Gold Glove award this year. So that means you're a complete outfielder, Mike. You got the bat, you got the glove, you got the attitude, you got the swagger, you got everything. And let's be honest here. You should have won the Gold Glove. You deserved it over Adam Duvall, and you know it. The award is all about popularity. Like, Kiermaier loses to time, and he's clearly the best center fielder in baseball. Am I right?
He is. I think he's definitely one of them. But, Duvall had an unbelievable year, and he also deserves it. I think there's a lot of guys that deserve it throughout their careers. And, sometimes you happen to have your best year as an outfielder the same year somebody else does. And sometimes that's the way it falls. And now we got something else to work for.
Okay, so I literally need to ask you this.
All right.
You guys won 107 ball games. That's insane. And finished ahead of the powerhouse Dodgers. The Dodgers, they have everybody. Did you seriously expect going into that season that the Giants would be that good?
I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that we had a group of guys that love showing up to the ballpark every day, that wanted to do their thing. And we trusted each other. And when you have that ability to rely on the guy in front of you and behind you, then you're going to be able to do some really special things.
So in my opinion, actually, the whole MLB playoff, like what's it called, platform is just so, in my opinion, unfair. Because you guys had to play the Dodgers, even though you were the two best teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You just did. I didn't understand that. How can the MLB make the platform like that when it just doesn't give you? It makes you guys go up against another 100 win team.
Yeah, I think it hasn't really happened like that before. The way that the wild card typically falls is they're not a 100-win team. You don't typically have 200-win teams in the same division. So it's worked well in the past, but that was a situation where, you look at that scenario and you think the Dodgers and Giants haven't played each other in the playoffs ever. And we're going to decide to do it when they're the best two teams in the entire league. And then they play in the first round. It felt like it should have been a World Series matchup, even though I know that couldn't work out, but it definitely should have been the National League Championship Series at least.
Yeah, that series was absolute crazy. You guys were up 2-1 in the series and lost in a classic in 5. How tough was that loss? And do you feel that if you would have pulled through, you guys would have gone all the way?
I think we had a chance. Obviously, it's heartbreaking whenever you have a run like that, but it's a lot easier when you look back and reflect on all the really cool things that happened. We had so many guys come up in the clutch. We had 17 pinch hit home runs throughout the season. It was just insane. Everybody stepped up when they needed to, and that made for some of the best memories that I'll ever have.
Wow. So, by the way, I'm a Jays fan. And
I figured.
This past year, Robbie Ray put up insane stats, and he ended up winning the Cy Young, and he signed with the Marlins. So I wanted to ask you, the Mariners. What am I saying? Sorry. The Giants also had a remarkable pitcher, Kevin Gausman, who absolutely killed it this year and signed with the Jays. So you got to tell me a bit about our new teammate. What's Kevin like, and what does he bring to a ball club?
As you probably saw, he's one of the best pitchers in the game. He's an absolute stud. Elite fastball, unbelievable splitter that just keeps guys off balance constantly. And he's a better teammate, though. He's a great clubhouse guy. He's fun to have around. So if you see him, make sure you give him a high five because he is a great dude.
I will. You think Kevin can handle the AL East?
I think he can. He's been there before. He was with the Orioles and did really well. And, he's matured a lot as a pitcher. So I think his second time around is going to be a lot different than what you saw the first time.
Okay, speaking of pitchers, who's the hardest pitcher for you to face in the league? Like, is there that one pitcher who you just get out of my face?
Yeah, I could be very happy if I never had to face DeGrom ever again. I would be completely okay with that. Would not have any opposition to that whatsoever.
If I were in the MLB and I had to face DeGrom, I feel you. I feel you, Mike. I feel you. Okay, so focusing on the Giants, by the way, I kind of feel like you guys are like the Tampa Bay Rays. You don't have the biggest payroll but you have you're so good because your whole team is crazy good chemistry. And you just find ways to be successful. But how tough will it be to replace Kevin?
Very tough. Anytime you lose a top end rotation guy like that, it's not easy to replace, but it's a situation we're in and we're going to move through it however we need to and have confidence in the guys that we're going to pick up and put in that position and try and keep it rolling.
Another player that you now have to play without is Giants legend Buster Posey. Buster spent all 12 years of his career with the Giants, and he just retired the following season. I got to ask you, how good of a teammate was Buster Posey?
Amazing. He was always willing to help anybody out in any way possible. Baseball stuff, off the field stuff, whatever it was. He's a great human being, and it was an absolute honor to be his teammate for a few seasons.
He's always on my fantasy team, and now I can't pick him this year, so I'm
going to find a new catcher.
Yep. Maybe Molina. I don't know. I'm going to have to see. Perez. What did you get to learn from him?
A lot of it was just how to deal with failures and successes and, how to compose yourself as a pro. He does everything the right way and he handles every situation calmly. He stays in the present moment. He just is a complete stud. And that was the thing that I took away most was that he knew how to keep his heartbeat and emotions regulated for any situation that came up.
You guys are a pretty young team, and now that you lost his presence, who's going to be your veteran? Evan Longoria? Is he going to be the veteran?
Him. We got Crawford still and Brandon Beltline back. So we've got those three guys, and I think we've got some really good young guys that have a lot of maturity. So I think there's a good mix of some older guys who have been around for a while and some younger guys that are kind of still itching to really make their mark on the league. So it's going to be good.
Okay, Mike, right now on Jake's Takes, it's game time, and we're playing some rapid fire. I'll ask you a bunch of short questions, and you answer them as quick as you can. Deal?
Deal.
Let's go. What's harder to hit, Aroldis Chapman's fastball or Madison Bumgarner's curveball?
Chapman's fastball.
Funniest player in baseball?
That one's tough. I'll stick with Pablo Sandoval. He was in the league this year, so that counts.
Most annoying mascot?
The Philly Fanatic.
If you could spend a day in someone else's shoes, who would it be?
Ooh, Tiger Woods.
Who would you rather be? What would you rather be? A police officer or a firefighter?
I think police officer.
Does Barry Bonds deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
No doubt.
Ronald Acuna Jr. or Fernando Tatis Jr.?
Wow. I'll go with Acuna.
What do you have more trouble with? Falling asleep or waking up?
Waking up.
Being stuck in a broken elevator or being stuck on a broken ski lift?
Ooh, ski lift.
Have you ever spent time with Steph Curry?
I have not.
Who is the best closer in baseball?
Man, that's a good question. Liam Hendricks.
We got a winner. Adios, pelota. Mike Yastrzemski, you just killed that rapid fire on Jake's Takes. What a bomb that was. How'd that feel, Mike?
Fantastic. I'm thrilled that you had me on, and I really appreciate it.
Okay, just one more question.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Mike, I got a great relationship with my grandparents and get to spend tons of times with them. But what's it like having a Hall of Famer, Carl Yastrzemski, as a grandfather? He's a legend. I read that he began teaching you during your high school. Didn't you tell me that earlier?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what's it like? What's it like having a Hall of Famer as your grandfather?
It's awesome. He is an endless book of knowledge when it comes to baseball. So he still watches all my games. So he's always got advice for my swing, for my outfield play. And I'm very lucky to have that. But the best thing that he does is he's let me have my own career. He hasn't tried to force me to do certain things or push me in certain directions. He's let me take my own path and figure everything out on my own. So for that, I am forever grateful. So keep enjoying your time with your grandparents.
Don't worry, my grandparents are Hall of Famers in every other way.
Perfect. Love to hear that.
Mike, I got to thank you for taking the time today on Jake's Takes. I want to know if you had a good time with me today.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. Best of luck on the upcoming season.